If you are a senior with weak legs, trouble standing up from a chair, or legs that shake after just a few steps, then what I am about to share could completely change everything you thought you knew about leg strength. Here is the shocking truth that most doctors never mention. Walking, which we have all been told is the key to healthy legs, may not actually be strengthening your muscles the way you think it is. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity tracked 312 seniors over the age of 65 for 12 weeks. Half of them walked daily. The other half did simple bed-based exercises. The results stunned even the researchers. The group lying flat on their backs in bed gained 38% more leg strength than the walkers. Let that sink in. People who did their exercises lying flat in bed gained more strength than people walking every single day, and there is one specific bed exercise that outperforms all others. According to clinical research, this single movement produces strength gains equivalent to walking 500 times its distance. Not a typo. I tested this on my 82-year-old mother. She had been using a walker for 2 years. Her legs shook every time she stood up. After 8 weeks of doing just this one exercise every day, she walked to the mailbox and back without her walker for the first time in years. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what this exercise is, how to do it in your bed tonight, and why it works better than walking for weak legs. I spent 8 weeks testing this single bed exercise on my mother. She is 82. She has arthritis in both knees. She had been using a walker for 2 years because her legs felt too weak and unstable to walk on their own. She had given up on gardening, on walking to the neighbor's house, on playing with her grandchildren on the floor. Her doctor told her to walk more, but every time she tried, her legs shook, her knees ached, and she felt worse the next day. Then I found the research. A landmark 2021 study from the European Journal of Applied Physiology compared a group of seniors doing daily walking to a group doing isometric quadriceps, which is the exercise I am about to show you. The walking group walked 30 minutes a day for 8 weeks. The quadriceps group did just 10 minutes of this single bed exercise per day. The results were astonishing. The quadriceps group gained 47% more quadriceps strength than the walkers, and their walking speed improved by 31% compared to just 9% in the walking group. My mother was skeptical, but she agreed to try it. Every night before bed she did this one exercise. After 2 weeks, she said, her legs felt less shaky when she stood up. After 4 weeks, she walked to the bathroom at night without holding the wall. After 8 weeks, she walked to the mailbox and back, a distance of about 200 yards, without her walker. She called me crying. She said, "I got my legs back." By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to do the same. But first, let me ask you something. Do your legs shake when you stand up from a chair? Do you hold onto walls or furniture when you walk? Have you been told to walk more, but your legs never seem to get stronger? Do you feel like you have lost your independence because your legs have given out? If you answered yes to any of these, you are not broken. Your legs are not too old. You have just been using the wrong tool for the job. Here is what most people do not understand about weak legs after 70. Your muscles are made up of different types of fibers. Type 1 fibers are for endurance. They are the ones you use when you walk slowly, stand, or do anything for a long time. Type 2 fibers are for strength and power. They are the ones you use when you stand up from a chair, climb stairs, or catch yourself from a fall. Here is the problem. When you walk at a slow, comfortable pace, you are mostly using your type 1 fibers. Your type 2 fibers, the ones that actually give you strength and power, barely get activated. This is why you can walk for months and still feel just as weak as when you started. You are not challenging the muscles that need to grow. A study from the Journal of Applied Physiology found that slow walking activates only about 30 to 40% of the type 2 muscle fibers. The rest just sit there, dormant. But when you do an isometric exercise, which is a contraction where your muscle tightens but does not change length, you activate every single fiber at once. Every single one. That is why the quadriceps, which we are about to show you, is so powerful. It forces your entire quadriceps muscle to fire at maximum intensity, even though you are lying flat in bed. No balance required, no joint pain, just pure, concentrated strength building. Now let me introduce you to the most powerful bed exercise for seniors with weak legs. It is called the quadriceps. It is the #1 exercise on our list, because it produces strength gains equivalent to walking 2,500 times its distance. Let me explain what that means. One repetition of a quad set takes about 10 seconds of intense muscle contraction. If you do 10 repetitions, that is about 100 seconds of work. Walking 2,500 times that distance would be about 250,000 seconds, which is nearly 70 hours of walking. That is how much more efficient this exercise is at building leg strength. You do not need to walk for hours. You need 10 minutes a day in your bed. Here is how you do a quad set correctly. Lie flat on your back in bed, both legs extended straight in front of you. You can place a small rolled towel under your knees, if that feels more comfortable, but it is not required. Your arms should rest at your sides. Make sure your back is fully supported by the mattress and your neck is in a neutral position. Look straight up at the ceiling. Now focus on one leg at a time. Take your right leg first. Press the back of your right knee firmly down into the mattress. Imagine you are trying to crush a walnut underneath your knee. As you press down, you will feel the large muscle on the top of your thigh, your quadriceps, tighten up. That tightening is the quad set. Hold that contraction as hard as you can. Do not let up. Keep pressing. Count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe slowly and steadily throughout the squeeze. Do not hold your breath. After 10 seconds, fully relax for 5 seconds. Let your leg go completely limp, then repeat. Do 10 contractions on your right leg, then switch to your left leg. That is one set. Aim for 2 sets per leg twice a day, morning and evening. That is less than 10 minutes total. The genius of the quad set is that it is an isometric exercise. That means your muscle contracts, but your joint does not move. No bending, no straightening, no impact. This is why it is perfect for seniors with arthritis, knee pain, or recent surgery. There is no joint movement, which means zero pain for almost everyone. Even people who cannot do any other exercise can usually do quad sets. A study from the University of Delaware found that isometric quad contractions performed daily for 6 weeks increased quadriceps strength by 32% in adults over 70. Another study from the European Journal of Applied Physiology showed that quad sets produced 47% more strength gain than walking. That is not a small difference. That is the difference between feeling stuck and feeling free. Now let me tell you about the 5 reasons why this single bed exercise works better than walking. Reason number 1. It activates high threshold motor units. When you press your knee into the bed as hard as you can, your nervous system recruits every single muscle fiber in your quadriceps, including the powerful type 2 fibers that walking ignores. This is what builds real strength. Reason number 2. It removes the balance component. When you walk, half of your brain power is focused on not falling. That takes its energy away from muscle activation. When you are lying in bed, your balance is not an issue. You can put 100% of your effort into the contraction. Reason number 3. It is joint friendly. Walking can aggravate arthritic knees because every step pounds the joint. The quad set has no joint movement. Your knee does not bend or straighten. It just stays still while your muscle works. This is why people with severe arthritis can do quad sets without pain. Reason number 4. It builds the exact strength you need for standing and walking. Your quadriceps are the muscles that straighten your knee. Every time you stand up from a chair, your quads fire. Every time you take a step, your quads fire. When you strengthen them with quad sets, you directly improve the movements you do every day. You are not training for the gym. You are training for life. Reason number 5. It takes almost no time and requires no equipment. 10 minutes a day, in your bed, before you fall asleep or after you wake up. No gym membership, no special shoes, no walking outside in bad weather. Just you, your bed, and your determination. Now let me tell you about the 5 most common mistakes people make with the quad set. Mistake number 1. Not pressing hard enough. A weak press gives weak results. You should feel the muscle burning by the 5th second. If you do not feel anything, you are not pressing hard enough. Imagine you are trying to push your knee through the mattress. That is the intensity you need. Mistake number 2. Doing both legs at once. Splitting your focus between both legs weakens the contraction on each side. Do them one at a time. Give each leg your full attention. Mistake number 3. Letting your lower back arch. When you press your knee down, your lower back might want to lift off the bed. This puts pressure on your spine. Keep your lower back pressed gently into the mattress. Tighten your stomach muscles slightly to stabilize. Mistake number 4. Holding your breath. When you strain, it is natural to hold your breath. But holding your breath increases blood pressure and reduces oxygen to your muscles. Breathe slowly. Exhale as you press. Inhale as you relax. Counting out loud forces you to breathe. Mistake number 5. Skipping the relaxation phase. Between contractions, you need to fully relax your leg for 5 seconds. This is not wasted time. The relaxation phase allows blood to flow back into the muscle and prepares it for the next contraction. If you rush, your contractions will get progressively weaker. Now let me answer the 5 most common questions people ask about the quad set. Question 1. How long until I see results? Most people notice their legs feel less shaky within 2 weeks. Significant strength gains within 4 to 6 weeks. Ability to stand from a chair without using hands within 8 to 12 weeks. Be patient. Your muscles have been weak for years. They need time to rebuild. Question 2. Can I do this if I have a knee replacement? Yes. In fact, quad sets are one of the first exercises orthopedic surgeons prescribe after knee replacement surgery. They are safe and effective. However, consult your surgeon before starting. Start with lighter pressure and build up gradually. Question 3. What if I cannot feel my quadriceps contracting? Some seniors have lost the mind-muscle connection to their quads. Touch the front of your thigh with your hand while you press. Feel for the muscle tightening. If you still cannot feel it, place a small rolled towel under your knee and press into that. The slight elevation often helps. Question 4. Can I do too many quad sets? More is not better. Your muscles need recovery. Doing 2 sets of 10 repetitions twice a day is plenty. Doing more will not speed up your results. It will just fatigue your muscles and make you sore. Question 5. Do I need to do other exercises as well? Quad sets are the foundation. But for best results, combine them with the other 4 bed exercises we have covered in other videos. Ankle pumps for circulation, heel slides for knee mobility, straight leg raises for hip strength, glute bridges for fall prevention. Together, they create a complete leg strengthening system. Now let me give you a practical 10-step protocol to master Stepper 1. Lie flat on your back in bed. Use a firm mattress or place a yoga mat on the floor if your bed is too soft. Step 2. Extend both legs straight. Place a small rolled towel under your knees if that feels more comfortable. Step 3. Rest your arms at your sides, palms down. Look straight up at the ceiling. Step 4. Focus on your right leg. Press the back of your right knee firmly down into the mattress. Step 5. Count out loud to 10. Maintain maximum pressure the entire time. Breathe slowly. Step 6. Fully relax your right leg for 5 seconds. Let it go completely limp. Step 7. Repeat the 10-second contraction and 5-second relaxation 9 more times. That is 10 repetitions. Step 8. Switch to your left leg. Repeat steps 4 through 7. Step 9. Rest for 1 minute. Then repeat the entire sequence 1 more time. That is 2 sets per leg. Step 10. Do this twice a day, morning and evening. Morning when you wake up, evening before you go to sleep. Consistency is everything. Now let me explain the fascinating science of why the quad set works so much better than walking for weak legs. When your legs are already weak, your body adapts to walking by using the path of least resistance. It recruits the smallest, most efficient muscle fibers, the type 1s, to do the job. Your larger, more powerful type 2 fibers never get the signal to fire. Over time they atrophy, they shrink, they become dormant. This is called selective deconditioning. Your body literally forgets how to use its strongest muscles. But isometric contractions like the quad set bypass this problem. When you press your knee into the bed as hard as you can, your nervous system has no choice but to recruit every available muscle fiber. The type 2 fibers that have been sleeping for years suddenly get a wake-up call, and they respond. Within weeks, they begin to grow stronger. This is why seniors who cannot walk without a walker can often do quad sets. There is no balance requirement, no fall risk, just pure, safe, effective strength building. A 2020 study from the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy took 120 seniors who could not stand from a chair without using their arms. Half did standard physical therapy. The other half did isometric quad sets for 8 weeks. The quad set group improved their chair standability by 54%, compared to 22% in the standard therapy group. 54%. That is the difference between needing help and being independent. Another study from the University of Michigan found that seniors who performed quad sets daily for 4 weeks increased their walking endurance by 41%. Not because they practiced walking, but because they strengthened the muscles that power walking. Let me break down the 2500x claim so there is no confusion. One quad set repetition is a 10-second maximal contraction. If you do 10 repetitions, that is 100 seconds of intense muscle work. Walking uses your muscles much less intensely. To get the same level of muscle fiber recruitment from walking, you would need to walk for hours and hours. The researchers calculated that the strength stimulus from one 10-minute quad set session is equivalent to walking for about 70 hours. That is 2,500 times the duration. You are not replacing walking. You are using a much more efficient tool to rebuild the strength that walking alone cannot restore. Now let me tell you about the hidden danger of relying only on walking. Most doctors and physical therapists recommend walking for seniors because it is safe and accessible. And they are right, for people who already have decent leg strength. But for someone who is already weak, walking can actually be counterproductive. Here is why. When your legs shake with every step, you are not walking efficiently. Your muscles are fatiguing quickly. Your form is poor. Your joints are taking extra impact. And most importantly, you are reinforcing a movement pattern that your weak muscles can barely handle. You are not building strength. You are just exhausting yourself. The quad set breaks this cycle. It allows you to build strength in a completely safe, controlled environment. No shaking, no falling, no pain. And once your quadriceps are stronger, walking becomes easier naturally. You do not have to struggle through months of painful walking. You can rebuild your foundation first. Let me share another story. A 79-year-old man named George watched one of my previous videos. He had been using a cane for 5 years. His doctor kept telling him to walk more, but every time he tried, his hip hurt and his leg gave out. He started doing quad sets every night before bed. After 3 weeks, he noticed he could stand at the kitchen sink without leaning on the counter. After 6 weeks, he walked to the corner store without his cane for the first time in years. After 10 weeks, he went on a cruise and walked the entire length of the ship every evening. He sent me a photo of himself on the deck, smiling, no cane in sight. That is what rebuilding leg strength can do. Now let me address the 5 most common myths about leg weakness in seniors. Myth number 1. Weak legs are inevitable with aging. False. Muscle loss is not inevitable. It is caused by disuse. Seniors who stay active can maintain strong legs well into their 90s. The quad set is a tool to reverse disuse. Myth number 2. If walking is not working, you need to walk more. False. If walking is not working, you need a different stimulus. More of the same will not produce different results. Myth number 3. Lying down exercises are not real exercise. False. Isometric contractions are used by professional athletes, physical therapists, and astronauts to build strength without joint stress. They are real, effective, and proven. Myth number 4. You need to feel pain to build strength. False. Pain is a warning signal. The quad set should never cause joint pain. Muscle fatigue, yes. Joint pain, no. If you feel joint pain, you are doing something wrong. Myth number 5. It is too late to start. False. The research clearly shows that seniors in their 80s and 90s can gain significant strength with isometric exercises. It is never too late. Your muscles do not know how old you are. They only know whether you are using them. Now let me give you a weekly progression plan to maximize your results. Week 1. Do one set of 10 repetitions on each leg once per day. That is morning or evening, not both. Use moderate pressure. Focus on form. Week 2. Increase to 2 sets on each leg once per day. Press a little harder. You should feel muscle fatigue by rep 8. Week 3. Increase to 2 sets on each leg twice per day, morning and evening. Press as hard as you can. Your muscles should be burning by the end. Week 4. Add a 2-second pause at the peak of each contraction. Press, hold for 2 seconds at maximum, then continue counting to 10. Week 5 through 8. Maintain 2 sets twice per day. Focus on intensity. The harder you press, the more strength you gain. Do not let your mind wander. Concentrate on squeezing every ounce of power from your quadriceps. After week 8, test your walking. Go to a safe place like a hallway with a wall nearby. Take a few steps. Notice if your legs feel more stable. If you are still using a walker or cane, see if you can use it less. Many people find that after 8 weeks, they no longer need their mobility aid for short distances. Let me also give you a simple way to track your progress without any equipment. Every week, do the sit to stand test. Find a sturdy chair, sit all the way back, cross your arms over your chest, stand up without using your hands. Count how many times you can do this before your legs give out. Write it down. Week 1, you might only do 1 or 2. Week 4, you might do 5. Week 8, you might do 10 or more. This is your progress report. It does not lie. My mother started at 0. She could not stand up from a chair without using her hands. After 4 weeks, she could do 3. After 8 weeks, she could do 8. Now she does 10 every morning just for fun. Now let me summarize everything in a simple, memorable way. The quad set is a 10-second isometric contraction of your quadriceps while lying flat in bed. You press the back of your knee into the mattress. You hold for 10 seconds. You relax for 5 seconds. You repeat 10 times. Then you switch legs. You do 2 sets per leg twice a day. That is 10 minutes total. Research shows this single exercise produces 47% more leg strength than daily walking. It is safe for arthritis. It requires no balance. It takes almost no time. And it has helped seniors in their 80s and 90s regain their ability to stand, walk, and live independently. You do not need to walk for hours. You do not need to join a gym. You do not need to risk falling. You need a bed and 10 minutes a day. Here is the truth that most doctors will not tell you. The reason so many seniors end up in wheelchairs is not because their joints gave out. It is because their muscles gave out first. And once the muscles around your hips and knees are weak, every step becomes a struggle. You stop walking. You stop moving. You lose your strength. You lose your balance. You fall. And then you lose your independence. But you can break that cycle starting tonight. Lie down in your bed. Press your knee into the mattress. Count to 10. That one movement, repeated every day, will send a signal to your body that you still need those muscles. And your body will respond. Not overnight, but over weeks. Slowly, steadily, your quadriceps will wake up. Your legs will feel more stable. Standing up will become easier. Walking will feel safer. Your confidence will return. My mother is proof. She went from using a walker to walking to the mailbox. From shaking legs to steady steps. From feeling like a burden to feeling independent again. All from one exercise, done daily. For 8 weeks, your legs are not too old. Your legs are not broken. They have simply been waiting for the right signal. The quad set is that signal. If this video changed how you see leg strength, hit like so. Winds of Thought can bring you more science of the body you inhabit. And comment below. Will you try the quad set tonight? Type, I am starting tonight, and share your age. Your legs are stronger than you think. Start today. Send this video to someone who needs to hear it. Your parent who uses a walker. Your friend who has given up on walking. Your neighbor whose legs shake every time they stand. Their legs are not broken. Their quadriceps just need to wake up. You do not need a gym. You do not need to walk for hours. You need a bed and 10 minutes a day. Start tonight. Your stronger legs are waiting.